Tropical Storm Fernand continues its race northeastward. Meanwhile, the strong system just off the coast of the northwestern United States is going to have the potential to become New England's first hurricane in decades. We'll have all that and more coming up in this episode of Tropic Talks. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Tropic Talk Season 3. As we mentioned in the intro, Tropical Storm Fernand continues to push northeastward, and it is actually going to have the potential to make impacts to land soon. And in this video, we're going to be breaking down the specific areas that you need to look out for and what for. And in addition to that, we are also going to be briefly talking about that system just off the coast of the northwestern United States that, yes, could very well become New England's first hurricane in decades and the first time this century and even in this millennia. So let's go ahead and get right into it, but before we do, make sure to like and subscribe as it helps me out a lot, and let's get right into it. So Tropical Storm Fernand is continuing to push off to the east-northeast, and again, we are going to be watching this over the next couple of days as it does so. We don't expect it to maintain tropical storm intensity for too much longer, but we'll wait and see what happens over time. Now, what we can tell you is that even if this storm doesn't maintain tropical storm, framing and tropical storm wording, we are still going to be looking at a strong storm system at the very least, impacting portions of the United Kingdom and potentially Ireland as a 979 millibar low pressure system. A lot of our spaghetti noodles have this making landfall somewhere in northern UK, so we'll see how this plays out over time. But again, as of right now, there's really not a whole lot to be too concerned about with this system, although there definitely could be some significant problems with flash flooding as we go out into the later portions of this week. Again, a lot of these noodles here are likely going to become inaccurate over time, and there's still a potential that this doesn't make a landfall whatsoever anywhere in Western Europe, but we'll just have to wait and see. Obviously, you've got some of those lines that are tracking back through portions of Canada. That is a glitch. Don't worry if you're out there in Atlantic Canada. You don't need to be on the lookout for this system, but it is kind of interesting. A few of the spaghetti noodles do legitimately have this system pointing towards areas like Iceland after its landfall, so we'll see what happens, but again, as of right now, I wouldn't be too concerned with this system. It's been a big fish storm over its lifetime. Really, this could have been a whole lot worse. We had a lot of clickbait thumbnails and YouTube videos saying, hey, this is going to make landfall in Florida. Hey, this is Cat 5, Cat 6. Obviously, that did not end up coming to fruition, and it usually doesn't whenever we have people saying things like that. Now, on to our next portion of this video. We're going to be discussing this potential tropical system as it makes its way across the United States over the next couple of days. Now, I want to make this blatantly clear. This is a very, very, very new signal that our models have just now begun to pick up on today. We don't have a whole lot of data that suggests this could have happened, a day or two ago, but as we get closer and closer to this event actually occurring, it becomes more and more likely as more and more models start to show us something like this playing out. Now, taking a look at the 18Z run of the GFS, this has literally just come in. This is fresh off the plate here, fresh out of the oven at the time of filming. If we take a look at this system just off the coast of the Pacific Northwest, you'll notice it moving through portions of Dixie Alley by the later portions of this week, and then eventually it becomes a 1010 millibar low pressure system just off the southeast coast of the Carolinas. Now, this system will continue to push east-northeastward, and at this point we're forecasting nearly 200 hours out, so again, this is a warning, likely highly inaccurate forecasting going on here. However, it is kind of interesting to note that it does have this system taking aim at New England and eventually making landfalls in 998 millibar, 997 millibar low pressure system. Now, would this be a Category 1 hurricane? Most likely not. However, it is entirely possible that we see this system drop 5 or 10 millibars in pressure by the time this event actually happens, and if something like that were to happen, we may be dealing with a Category 1 hurricane. So am I saying that we are bracing for a Category 1 or a Category 2 landfall in New England? Not at all. We may not see this system impact New England whatsoever. Entirely possible. We may see this system only make landfall at tropical storm intensity. Entirely possible. But as of right now, there's a decently strong signal as to this potentially occurring. The reason I say that, we can go all the way back to the 12Z GFS run from earlier today, has that exact same tropical wave doing something extremely similar, although it doesn't have it actually making landfall in southern New England. Although it does have this system strengthening and getting down to a 1010 millibar low pressure system, the 12Z run of the GFS actually has this system taking latitude over longitude and pushing its way back out into portions of the northern Atlantic and not being a major concern for the United States. So now it's time to hone in on the European model, the secondary model that we use whenever forecasting long range for hurricane and tropical storm-like events. And the 12Z run of the European model is the most recent run that we have out as of right now, and similar to the most recent run of the GFS, it has this system getting down to 999 millibar low pressure system and has it making landfall this time around in southern New England. Now, if something like this were to play out, this would likely be a worst case scenario, as a lot of these communities out here in southern New England are a lot more populated, obviously, than up in places like Maine and Atlantic Canada. So we'll be on the lookout for something like this. It is kind of concerning that we're getting a signal like this less than 180 hours out, but again, still plenty of time for things to change. Although I will note the 6C run of the European model actually has this system developing as well. Now, the 6C run doesn't go quite far enough out to actually have this system making landfall, but if we go back to the 0Z run, you can kind of see that low pressure system getting down to 1008 millibars, kind of making landfall out there in Atlantic Canada. Again, very far out, very iffy on the specific intricate details. Come back in the next episode of Tropic Talks to learn more. That's going to be it for today. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I do want to quickly give a shout out, as always, to all of our channel members. Thank you guys for keeping this series and this channel running in general. We just released a new members-only video literally a couple of days ago. I hope you guys are enjoying the new content. You guys get access to exclusive content, early access to certain videos, custom stickers to use in chat, shoutouts at the end of every forecast, and more. If you do want to become a member, make sure to do so by clicking the link down in the description below. We currently have over 100 members, which is insane. Thank you guys so much. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Hold on just a second. Before we end off this video, I do want to quickly apologize. I knew this episode was a bit shorter than they usually are, but unfortunately I do have a lot of stuff going on this evening, and we'll have plenty of other opportunities to talk about this coming up in the following week or so. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe button down below, just so that we can fill in a bit more time to have this video reach 8 minutes. I figured I'd go ahead and promote some of my other projects that we've been working on in the side. Our brand new 2025 through 2026 winter forecast is going to be out, so make sure to go check that out. We also have a new video on the gaming channel. I know a lot of you guys have not subscribed to Davis's Games yet. Go subscribe to that channel. It is in the bio of the main channel. Again, thank you all for watching this video. Sorry for the shorter episode, and hopefully I can stretch out this intro long enough to make this video 8 minutes and monetizable.